I'll leave it and just don't touch.
That's perfection.
Okay. Like a janky ass setup.
A little dose of positivity from Mr. Psych. Loves to put a smile on faces. Welcome back to Talking Bears, the highly unofficial, not sanctioned in any way by YMH. But we do love our bears and we love to talk about them. The boys are back this week. Yes. It was an exciting, The Machine, the movie packed episode. What do you think about it, Mr. Psych?
First off, I didn't watch it. So what studio were they in? Do you know?
Oh, I also didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
My
guess is because it was after the premiere. I thought it would have been like LA.
I would have thought so too. Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't think they said. I thought it was great because they talked about the movie and we saw the movie on opening weekend, which we will give our review. Do you want to start with that? You want to start with the review of The Machine? We saw it opening night. We went to the 9:00 show and it was packed.
It was
at least where we live, it was packed. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember being worried because I bought tickets same day when we were able to work out a babysitter and we knew we could for sure go. And I was like, oh no, the theater's empty. Like it's only in one theater and the whole thing was open. And then when we got there, it was absolutely packed. Everyone was loving it.
That was really cool. It was just cool seeing it packed. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
He's making some money, at least where we're at.
Bert deserves it. Yes. Every penny. It was heaven. I absolutely loved it. I'm desperate to go see it again while it's still in theaters.
Yeah, we should see it again, support it again in theaters because they talk about it in this episode. Like, go see it in theaters because that's kind of maybe the metric that they judge things by.
That makes the studios happy.
I compared it to, so I thought it was awesome. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but I couldn't figure out, did I enjoy it because I'm a Bert fan or did I enjoy it? But I think I came to the conclusion that it's freestanding. If you don't know Bert, it's a fun movie.
Yes.
Like if you're going to want to laugh, just go see it because you'll kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah.
In the beginning, without giving any spoilers away, it does show a little bit of his stand up about getting, the machine story.
Mm-hmm.
If they could have incorporated if somebody didn't know Bert, I think they would have to see that whole story in all its glory. And then, when you watch the movie, it's almost like you're watching a sequel to that awesome viral story, if that makes sense.
100%.
So I think you actually enjoy the movie more, even though it's a good freestanding movie, if you just watch the machine bit and then watch the movie, because it's almost like you're watching a sequel, which is cool.
That's a totally fair point. It was cool that they incorporated a little bit of it and did some parallels to Bert's life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was better if you knew the story. There's so many callbacks to it.
The whole story. Yeah, the whole story. But otherwise, I thought he did an awesome job. What do you think of, because I know, and we both agree with it, his acting was awesome.
Yes.
I was thinking the whole movie, I'm like, he could play like a buddy action film where I know it sounds weird to say he's a comedian, so he could be the comic relief, like a serious person, like an Arnold or Stallone, and then Bert being the sidekick, but still gets involved in the action, if that makes sense.
I love it. He did such a push for the movie, which I know he's said at various points it felt like too much, but I think he did a great job with promotion.
Oh yeah, no,
but
he did
great. Said like Mark Wahlberg teased it a little bit when he did his own shout out, like, let's make a movie together. He seemed to say that Arnold Schwarzenegger teased it a little bit, like, oh, you're the next big action star. I love it. Like, let's get something going. It seemed like maybe there could be an opening for that, or Bert could make it happen.
Possibly. I don't know how he didn't have a mental breakdown with all the promotion and everything like that.
No.
Because I was equating it to your stuff. Like when you put a lot of effort into just a video, like you do something different, like the one, the holiday one that people like that had all the effects in it, the ASMR video, and then just got no views, or like how you're constantly like, okay, I put a lot of effort in this one. I can't imagine what it feels like on the grander scale of like, okay, we just took 100 people to Serbia. We just, all these people, we, hired on big name actors, and you have this giant project and then the stress of like, please just let it do
Yes.
good, you know, just please, just for.
I know.
I'd go nuts. I would, yeah,
Yeah.
because
I would have gone mental.
What's it called? The syndrome where imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, I'd be like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
No one's gonna like it.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so impressed with how Bert held it together. And then even compounding on that, he said that I think it was like the assistant director on the movie said to him, like, this really needs to go well for the sake of Serbia, for people coming. Like, that's a whole other layer of pressure on it.
Yeah, exactly. That was really cool that the whole thing was filmed in Serbia. Even the parts that looked like they were supposed to be in LA.
I loved the set design bits that they talked about. Yes.
But overall, like, there were plenty of scenes where it was just laugh out loud type, you know, the theater was cracking up.
Yeah.
And and then there was like kind of like heartwarming scenes, like father-son, father-daughter moments, which I thought was pretty cool.
Me too.
And I don't know, I just enjoyed it. I think other people enjoy it. I think Burt fans will really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think just 100%. The average fan that has no clue who Burt is will still have fun and will still have laughs, and just, it's worth spending the money to go see. You know what I mean?
Completely agree. It has enough for everyone. It has enough action. It has enough laughs.
Oh yeah, the action, laughs, everything. You know,
he did a great job.
All the actors are great.
Yes, there was one little scene near the beginning, and I won't try to spoil anything, but there was a therapy scene, and it was almost like, I don't know if they filmed that early in the whole schedule or if Bert was just nervous that day or something, but it just seemed like he almost was doing a parody of himself. And I thought for a split second, like, oh, I'm not sure how this is going to be. Like, I'm not sure about his acting. And then somehow from then on in the movie, I was just like, oh, he's crushing it. He's so funny. He's effortless. Like, this is really, really good.
I think that might have been in your head, because that happens to me with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, honestly, because he's a really good actor. Yes, I just compared Bert to now. No, he's a really good actor, but I remember watching Shutter Island, and I'm like, am I, like, for the first 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm just watching Leonardo DiCaprio, and then 15 minutes into the movie, I'm like, I forget that I'm watching Leonardo DiCaprio, and it happens every single movie he's in.
That is so interesting,
because you see him, so you see Leo so much in so many movies, and you see Bert so much, that you're just like, oh no, he's just kind of playing a parody of himself, and then all of a sudden at 15 minutes your mind just clicks and you're like, oh no, I see what I'm watching now.
It. How interesting.
Watch it next time you watch a movie with a big actor that has range, that does all kinds of stuff, and for the first 10 minutes you'll be like, you know, I feel like I'm just watching, you know,
like, wait till you can't see Tom Hanks anymore and you can only see,
and they just do it. So, like, those big name actors, like Tom Hanks, they just do it. You're like, I'm just watching Tom Hanks, and then 15 minutes later you're not saying that in your brain. You're just like, I'm watching, you know, the character now.
That's so interesting, because they say directors have a hard time because the studio wants them to pull a big name, but they want someone that no one's ever seen. They don't just want it to be like Tom Cruise playing a part.
But big names, the reason they're big names is they're good actors, and they pull it off.
Interesting.
Somehow,
Mr. Psych does watch a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio, but that's really something we need to delve into on another day.
Yeah, he's one of the actors of our generation, one of the best.
Yes, I love him too.
Sorry, I got my phone here for my notes because we switched things. I can't use my iPad. Oh, when they were talking about how hard it was to make the movie, it reminded me of Seth Rogen's kind of take on Marvel movies. I think he was talking about it on Stern or something like that. And he was just like, the amount of like work and effort that goes into making those movies, it's a miracle that they are good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like all the moving parts and all that, like, odds are those movies should suck.
Yeah.
But the thing is, most of them are awesome.
But then you have somebody really smart in the editing room or someone overseeing everything who's like, oh, let's not lose. Like,
well, it's a what do you call it? Kudos to the whole production, cast, crew, everything, that something like that comes out good. And them working on this movie and Serbia, all away from the families, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's most movies should suck. Yeah. And finding a way to make them good or funny is harder than
Mm-hmm.
the opposite. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah.
We've heard actors say that before, where they're like, you can do everything right on your end, but 100 different things can go wrong, and the movie can flop based not on your performance at all.
Yeah. Actors will say that.
Yeah.
What do the directors say though?
I love it.
What else you got?
I thought it was interesting that they touched on Tom Cruise keeping theaters open the way that he held Top Gun Maverick until like theaters were open again post COVID.
Yeah.
And it was ready for a big release in that way.
Yeah.
Just the power that movie stars have.
Well, Tom Cruise for sure.
Yeah, the power that Tom Cruise has.
He can do whatever he wants.
And then Mission Impossible, I'm really hyped about.
Yeah, we saw Top Gun in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Tom said he didn't see it. He never saw it.
I know.
Which I get that. You don't have to see Top Gun. I mean, not everybody was like.
You don't, yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
I wrote this down later, but and you can see it. You could guess this about them, but it's kind of interesting for Tom to kind of talk about how he hates fame. He doesn't really like anything that comes along with fame.
Yeah.
People wanting to talk to him, having to go to things, and Bert just loves it. And
Yeah.
Bert had his Hollywood weekend with Leanne and just like loved every part of it.
Yeah. I fall in the middle. I agreed with Tom when he was like, if I have a premiere, like I'm not calling any of my friends because the first thing I think of is bugging them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put the pressure on them and we both do that. Like we're like, oh, we don't want to, put pressure on somebody to like change their plans.
And the same.
My friendship will still be good with you if you don't come to my premiere. Like, like that. I don't want that pressure on you to think that I'm going to hate you if you don't come to my premiere.
100%. I live in fear of inconveniencing anyone with anything.
Yeah. But I'm also on Bert's side. Like, Tom should absolutely.
Oh, yeah. If we're at brunch and Edward Norton walks by, I'm doing up Edward Norton. I'm sure I am. I'm not cool at all.
No, I don't know. No, I said I agree with Bert that Tom should go to the premiere.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I'm like Bert that way too. I get giddy if I see somebody.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Yeah. No. But I get Bert's anger, like when he said he was angry at Tom before he knew he was going to get surprised.
That was really I love their relationship with one another, and I really enjoyed them opening up about what happened like before, during, and after, and how each of them felt about it.
How awesome was Leanne's text? To Tom and Christina.
And I loved her saying like, either it's a business or we're friends. Like, I'm going to talk to them like friends.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
She's such a boss.
Bert does the impression, I'm going to talk to them. Like, but when you tell the story, I'm like, yeah, Leanne's right. Because you should be able to talk to your friend.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I won't inconvenience my friends, but I like saying shit to them that might upset them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, just be honest with them, because that's like, it's strangers you're not honest to. You know what I mean? Because strangers, who cares? But it's your friends that you're like,
the people you should be able to say.
Oh, you're acting like an idiot, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I give unprompted advice to friends, all kinds of stuff.
And they love you for it.
I don't know. But yeah, I thought that text was really good.
I did too. I just love Leanne. I loved Bert talking with Christina and them commiserating over how similar they are. And I always think it's fascinating that Bert kind of has that relationship with Tom, that Chris, obviously not a married person relationship, but that they see themselves in each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Who sees themselves in each other?
Bert and Christina see themselves in each other.
Oh, yeah.
We're just the same.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And Tom's just a psychopath.
Yeah.
With no
exactly.
feeling.
Yeah. No, they are. I mean, sometimes that's what usually your best friend, you kind of get along with their spouse because you're usually like their spouse.
Yeah.
You're just the male version or the female version.
You're the non-sexual version of
yeah, exactly.
the same person.
Because you put up with the same stuff, from them and everything. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I love the relationship too. It's cool. Mm-hmm. It's cool that when Tom's surprised and Bert started crying, and Tom even admitted that he cried a little bit. I thought that was pretty cool.
I liked them delving a little bit into, I think it was Tom who said, what matters to one person doesn't necessarily matter to the other person, but you have to have an awareness of what matters to them and compromise with them.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah. If you should know what's important to your friends. So like why I wouldn't care, you know, if like I wouldn't care to invite people if I had a premiere, but I guess maybe deep down I'd be like, oh, I hope they come, you know, like that type of deal. But yeah, you got to know that maybe not like birthdays, gifts, and those aren't important to us.
Yeah.
But we might know somebody that
Oh yeah,
loves gifts
we
and
have a
birthday.
friend who adores their birthday.
Oh my God, yeah. She says her favorite holiday is her birthday.
I would move mountains to be, you know, I don't care at all about my own birthday, but I will no matter what make sure that I'm always
and I would be there for her birthday too. But also in the back of my mind, I'm like, why do people over the age of 16 or 21 care about their birthday?
No,
I care that I'm having another one,
yeah,
that I'm alive another year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yeah.
No,
but other than that, I'm like, I don't want anybody to celebrate me like that.
It's not for me, but I get why people love them. What do you think about Bert's syndrome where he always thinks someone is going to surprise him? It seems really unhealthy. He literally can't enjoy anything because he always thinks there's something better coming. Just hiding behind the corner waiting for him.
And then when it doesn't come, it just upsets him.
And he's just looking over.
Yeah. Is that, I mean, he admits he's a narcissist, right? Or like, is that a narcissistic quality? I don't know. I love it. I think it's great.
I love it. I love that he realizes
yeah, it's better that he realizes it.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
I hate surprises. I never want anybody to surprise me. Like, yeah, I can't think of a surprise I'd want.
I love them. I never think they're coming, and I've never seen one coming ever. You've given me like 4 or 5 like big surprises, and I'm always like, no way.
Yeah, I remember
you're really good at surprising.
One of my surprises to you almost got me in trouble when you were mad at me for a week because there was that one time because our friend was texting us.
Luckily, it was only the same.
It was only a day, and then like you grabbed my phone. I'm like, hey, don't look at that. And then you got all worried. Like, what's he trying to hide? Because we openly look at each other's phones.
We
it's not
were
a big deal.
at the gym. We were running late to something at the gym. And you normally would give me your phone. And I would put it like in a locker with my stuff. So I think you were about to give me your phone. And then you go, oh, no. And you pulled it back. Yeah. And then I was just like.
Because our friend. Because our friend was texting us about the thing. And I didn't want you to see it come up. You know, because it was just her name. Why is she just texting him? You know, like.
When she texts you.
I know she texts me, but I didn't, you know. But yeah, you're easy to surprise. That's easy. But it was cool for Tom to do that and cancel his book thing or push back his book thing. It was really sweet.
Cool. Oh, it's fast. There were so many just like little interesting insights, but I was fascinated to hear him say that, and it makes sense that he came back. He's like, I had a wife who wasn't necessarily happy that I'd been gone for so long, you know, kids that didn't were like, oh, are you the dad? I think I had in my head that they would have a nanny or like someone, like anytime they needed to go away, they could just go away.
Oh, yeah.
But he was saying like we couldn't just go away for the night. Like we'd have to get someone to come watch the kids. Yeah, I guess you can't just take your kids.
And like, because I think, oh, rich enough. Yeah, private jets.
I think there's like someone always there. There's
you forget like the family aspect of them, just like us, you know.
Yeah,
like we have so much stuff to do. Our kids, we gotta go pick up our kids after this. Me and our son got a tea time. That's why I'm dressed like this.
I think you look really cute in your golf clothes.
My birdie shirt. Like, and by the way, I'm not bragging that I'll get birdies because there's little snowmen on here for the 8s that I'm gonna get.
Subtle.
It's subtle.
But yeah, I have friends without kids who like. We'll throw things up last minute or like, hey, can you come to this? Like I was telling you, my friend wanted me to go to a workout class. And I'm like, should I bring our daughter to the workout class? Like I don't have an option for a babysitter, so I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting to hear even at that level of success, there's still like, it's still I gotta do this. Hey, like I can't leave home.
Because you got to do it for your kids. Like your kids don't know you're famous. Your kids are just like, I want to go to the park. I don't want to go to LA and stand around a bunch of all these old people. Kids will always look at you like you're old and not as cool as them, even at the youngest age. Yeah. So yeah, you could take them to that and they'd kind of be like, you know, the 2 boys, they'd be running around. I'm sure they'd have fun, but it's not what they don't look at it as like what the adults look at it as, you know, something like a big premiere. They don't care about a premiere or whatever. And they were talking about, Bert was talking about how his girls don't like his fame, like, or they just don't like when people recognize him, like the flight attendant and stuff like that. And it reminded me of some interview. It was either Billy Joel or Bruce Springsteen. It was another Stern interview. And they were just talking about their kid like hates the fact that they sell out stadiums because a kid not hates them, but like I think as your kid gets older, they're supposed to be cooler than you.
Yeah.
So and when you're a famous parent.
And you're the one getting recognized everywhere. They despise
and
it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like if I totally sympathize with one of Bert's daughters or, you know, and that like when they're out, like they don't want like 9,000 people come up to their dad and tell them how cool their dad is.
Yeah.
Like no, they're in the age where they're like, I'm fucking cool.
Yeah.
I listen to the cool music. I dress in the cool clothes.
Know.
Not this schlubby fuck.
It's like Charlie Woods like winning little junior golf championships, but he's always going to be there with his dad, and his dad's going to get attention. And there's a comparison
that kid's gonna
there.
Be
like
good. That kid just won.
Know,
like,
he's really good though.
A big tournament by 8 strokes over the competition.
I know.
But
I just read
I'm finding it like when we're going out today, I'll probably swing my club a couple times. All my stuff will be helping our son on the course because him getting better and watching him, like he just had a match play yesterday and won. But watching that really like takes like I would rather watch him than golf, or it's just right at the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same competition for me because I'm watching him. It gets my competition going, or if I'm golfing, it gets my competition boiling. You know,
I love it.
So I can see how Tiger will probably live through his son.
Yeah.
But, I thought the funniest part was back to Bert in Serbia is the D's nuts joke.
Yeah.
I was dying.
I died that she said it to Mark Hamill. That was great.
Whatever the story he told it, how he told it, could be a scene in a comedy movie.
Yeah.
Like she's like, Mark, pass D's. He's like, D's nuts, and he's like, I don't get it. That's not funny. And I know it's not funny. Why would you? That was so great. That girl was so good in the movie.
She was
and you actually,
so good.
You actually had, again, sympathy for a girl that murders people.
It was really well done. It really was unique. It was funny. It was exciting.
You're able to root for the bad guy, even in that. You know what I mean? That scenario turned out, you know.
Really, really quickly because we got to run. I might just have to save like a question for our next cast. But
well, float it and then.
Okay.
It's a cliffhanger.
Well, I loved Mark Hamill's advice to Arnold. I wish they would have addressed, and I thought they were going to, but they glossed over it, whether Mark Wahlberg said Bert Kirshner on purpose or whether he flubbed it, because I really want to know.
I say he didn't do it.
I say he didn't do it on purpose.
No, I don't think so.
I think
he talks so fast.
Yeah, I think he just rattled it off.
It reminded me of, because
funny.
Every once in a while, like, you know, we watch Entourage, like, along with 5 or 6 other shows. It's kind of a comfort show. Like I'll watch it before I go to bed. Well, I popped in the movie the other day, and you know, Mark Wahlberg has a couple quick scenes in there, but he's talking really fast, and that's what it reminded me of. Like when he's talking about the kid wanted drama out of the movie. You know, and he goes, "Oh man, if somebody did that on my Wahlburger show and didn't want my mom in the movie, I would beat his ass, and I don't care if she sucked just as bad as drama probably sucks." It's like,
so great, I love it.
That's why I started laughing. And then when I was listening to this, I'm like, "Oh my god, he's got that same tempo as that he said that with." You know, it's just like da 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 da.
I know.
Oh, that's great.
He was plugging all his stuff. I'll leave you, unless you've got something. I'll leave you with a question to ponder for our next episode.
I was talking about when Bert says he does the opposite of some of the famous people, like making them feel welcome.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, does Bert have the quality that he praised Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dave Chappelle for having? And then you can sit on that and come back to it, because he feels he does.
Well, we've met him, and I would say yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he does. He made us feel welcome.
Yeah.
He said nice things and
made us feel like we were special. Like he had any knowledge of us at all, which he had no right to have any. Like. Yeah.
I don't think. I don't think he. I think he's selling himself short by saying he doesn't do what they do, but he also. I mean, Bert probably makes a lot of money, right? A and B, like he's huge in fame, but yes, he's not even close to Wahlberg, Schwarzenegger, and all that, and he knows that. Obviously,
you can flub his name, and people do over and over.
Yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, everyone knows that name. You know, like this worldwide, it's a.
But there's just a different just giant cultural icon celebrity, and it probably just hits you a little bit harder if they treat you like comforting and welcoming and stuff like that. But the way Bert looks at them, we look at Bert, and he
100%. And
he's selling himself short. He's very comforting, and he's very
Yes.
nice, but he also has a lot of people that need his attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure on an hourly basis, especially on the road, and he, what do you call it? He doesn't have the protection that those big people have. Those big people probably have teams and teams and teams.
He talked about Arnold's life like with no phone. That's dreamy. Like every day is the same. Everything's taken care of for him.
Can you imagine?
Bert is hustling.
Yeah.
We need this clip. We need
this promo. Imagine living a life without a phone and being able to do that because you have other people to check emails and texts and stuff like that.
Yes, and still be a celebrity.
Be beautiful.
The dream, yeah.
All right. Well, good quick
Bert's
episode. Wonderful.
Great movie. Everybody, please go see it in theaters because it was.
Yeah, it's still in theaters. Go see it. It's worth it. We might be doing a ticket giveaway, not for the movie, but we have tickets to Bert's show is fully loaded that we might not be able to make.
We have something going on with our family.
We have a sports commitment.
Yeah.
But we still might be able to make it. We'll see. But if not, we might give them away to two deserving people that want to take a date or something like that.
I know it's hard. Sometimes you can pull grandparents in on stuff, but I don't like ever missing anything our kids do. Yeah.
Because we got tickets to his next show anyway.
Yeah.
So, but still would have been cool to go down there. But overall, I think,
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Good cast.
Yeah.
Let's
until next time, guys.
Until next time. See you later. Go golfing. Bye.
Mr. Second Maddie. He wears a pretty shirt.